At the time the RIBA studies were done, it was estimated that there were 132,000 OVC, of which 69,000 were orphans and the rest were children in highly vulnerable situations. It is estimated that 25% of all children aged between 0 to 18 are OVC. So about a quarter of children are orphaned and vulnerable. There are several initiatives meant to take care of the OVC. The neighborhood care points are basically a community-driven initiative whereby the community sets up a neighborhood care point that is meant to provide at least one meal a day.
In Eswatini, we don't say we have got OVCs because they have got relatives and so on. But now the situation has come to the point that we see the need to help them.
Yebo sisunjani? Ngiyaphila nami ngiyabonga kakhulu mntana kethu. Benzani ilanga lapho? The NCP started in year 2000. Well, I initiated it looking at the number of children who didn't attend school. I collected the children together and we cook breakfast and lunch for them. We teach them basic literacy. It's really not the syllabus that is being taught at school, but it's just literacy so that they can read and write. Then we provide them with counseling on HIV and AIDS and other life issues of growing up and what they're expecting to do. Now we have about 35 who attend, who are overseas, and we have 25 who attend at the preschool. Okay, Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday we do not go to school.
Okay.
UNICEF told us to take them at the age of 2 years. So yes, so that they can get some food here because each and every NCP must have a garden.
We are open to every child who don't have the opportunity to go to school. The students, they come here early in the morning at 8 o'clock. They eat breakfast and go to class. They eat lunch at 12. Then at 1 we dismiss them and go home. Those who are at school now, but they still have the need, they come maybe during their lunch hour and dish and go. They tend the garden, watering and everything, so that we don't look upon what people have to give always, but we have us also to work for ourselves. I didn't know the name NCP ever existed. I just worked with Sebenda, and I asked them, because it's an adult education, I asked them if I can teach the younger ones. And they said, yes, there is a project like that. That is when I registered the 80 students.
How many school days are there in a week?
There are 5 school days in a week.
As years go by, the Sebenda introduced us to I think it's the World Food Program, whereby they recognized us as an NCP. Sebenda now is giving us 160 a month, and is giving us the books and the syllabus.
And we went also to UNICEF. They are also providing us with some food, but which is not enough for the children because the number is getting more and more.
World Food Program, they bring the food, and then next time you go there, they say they're out of stock. You have to wait. It's just something like that.
Normally, if there is cornmeal, I prepare porridge. If there's rice, I prepare rice. It depends what they've brought for us. We have never received any food from the community. We've had community meetings, but Up to this point, we have not received any food from the community. Since this year, we had drought and there is hunger. The NCP administrators sent me to the chief's place to go and report the situation. I was accompanied by another old lady like myself, and we did not get any positive reply.
You just need support from from the community, but if you ask the community to come and help, they tell you how much I'm going to get out of this. You see those problems we are facing.
At first, people, they were looking at this thing from an angle. They thought maybe there's something you are getting from donors. People don't believe that you can just poke money from your pocket and you don't get anything in return. They just say, no, this one is lying to us. She's getting something. She's making a profit, and they just don't want to get involved. All of them, in fact, who are working here are members of the community, the two teachers and the lady who's cooking. What they are getting actually is too low. Yeah, I can say it's like voluntary work because give them something like 100 Malawian a month. But that is what I can afford.
The only problem, we don't have the funding just to keep them going. Now they've left their homestead to come and help him just for free. That's our main problem.
There have been a workshop that has been sponsored by Nature, and it has taught us about NCPs, and they train trainees to train their communities. Now that they have trained them, it's like the communities coming to work, like they now want to get involved.
Sometimes I use my pocket. I use my own pocket money.
It's hard to estimate how much you have spent because at times it will be, you'll see the need on clothes, you'll see the need on health.
We've grouped together now. We've got quality Bakukwiteli, Banagerigeli, Swati, and we've got and the people from the Umpagats that now they are involved because we even formed an association just to boost the morale of the community.
In Swaziland, there is the OVC Bazaar, but because of the number of orphan and vulnerable children, the school cannot able to take all of them. They take some and some left behind.
Government compels all schools to admit OVC, and government has taken upon himself or herself to pay the 400 Malangeni towards the school fees of the child. That most of the time takes care of the tuition or the school fees, but it leaves other school needs like exercise books, stationery, uniform, and bus fare that is still outstanding, and it sometimes presents a problem that might lead to the child not attending school. There have been cases where government has not been able to pay on time, and that has led to some problems between the Ministry of Education and the schools, and there have been cases of children that have been told to go home because government has delayed with the payment. But I believe that the government is working on that, and hopefully there will be a solution to that problem. When you talk about social protection, it's not only what government does, but it's also what the community can do, like the Indlungulu or the Chief's Fields. It's really an attempt to revive a very old system of social protection whereby the chief was the father to all.
I think this initiative just started by mere collaboration with the Nature Office, which is the National Emergency Response Council on HIV and AIDS. We were looking at ways on how we could improve food security for these vulnerable households, especially those that were child-headed. So in this particular case, we're saying, okay, the chief will allocate us a piece of land. We'll provide the inputs. Initially, we didn't even have to plow. We were expecting the chief to do the plowing and then the sowing. Once that is done, the weeding, the harvesting, of even the management of the crop. When this crop is ready, then the chief, assuming that the chiefdom was aware of who are the most vulnerable, will then provide some rations. Let me say nationally, we are looking at about between 3 and 4 million emalangeni. At the moment, I think if you went to these dry areas, the lowveld we refer to it, there are now quite a number of people who are growing sorghum and cowpeas. We have just undertaken an evaluation, but for sure, were it not for the dry space that we have been getting, I think the production has been quite good. I think we have about more than 300 chiefdoms in the country, which through the Indlungulu program, where we are saying 3 hectares per chiefdom, I think we have covered all of those. But now for this micro project, supported project, we are saying the capacity based on the funding, we are only able to cover 26 households per chiefdom.
The number of beneficiaries as a whole, we've got 81,253. The regional coordinator, as well as the HIV and AIDS committee and the extension officers are working together, and they are the one who select the beneficiaries. In case where the harvest is good, the offices are able to get enough yield for food, and extra is sold to provide them with basic needs like school uniform, paying for school fees and all the likes.
It would have been fair really if we were able to get these inputs quite early, let's say like September, August, but we have really struggled to achieve that target. You can't believe that the cropping season has started, but we are still distributing, and this has an impact on the yields. We would like really to expand, especially the individual households. If we had the opportunity, I think as a ministry, we would reduce on the chiefdom managed type of project and concentrated on the individuals, because that's where you are getting a lot of commitment.
What we did was to look at initiatives that had national coverage for the OVC to be taken care of. There are a lot of pieces to this puzzle, and each initiative is taking care of a portion of the needs of the OVC. And we need a lot of other initiatives so that all the needs of the OVC can be taken care of.